Thanks, Hope. Great to be here.
So, Kate, give us the quick setup. What is this company actually doing? Okay, so the company is small, but you keep saying the market is missing something. What's changed in the macro picture that matters for a small refiner?
Right. Sure. The Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act authorized about $1.2 trillion in total spending, including roughly $379.3 billion earmarked for highway programs through the initial multi-year window. A large portion of those funds is being allocated now, and agencies have a finite spending window that accelerates demand for paving materials. As states race to spend available funds before the faucet changes, demand for asphalt binder rises, and binder prices are tied closely to heavy crude economics. Independent industry projections have cumulative direct highway and street spending between about $785 billion and $846 billion from 2026 through 2030, with total industry revenue in the roughly $1.06 to $1.12 trillion range over the same period. Those are estimates, but they point to sustained roadwork demand, and asphalt is the key input for that work.
So they own the raw bitumen and make the binder. That sounds like vertical integration that should matter during this window.
Exactly. Quarry isn't just an explorer with a remote option. They control onshore leases, they have a running refinery that already produces paving products, and the demand side is essentially a fiscal sprint for many state departments of transportation. That combination is why some analysts frame the position as a hedge against the exact cost inflation problem that the Department of Transportation has warned could erode effective spending power.
Honestly, I was a bit surprised by this one.
Yeah, it catches a lot of people off guard.
If the setup is real, why has the market mispriced it?
3 practical reasons. First, scale. The equity is tiny, below typical institutional screens, so there's minimal analyst coverage and thin trading. Second, narrative mismatch. The company has been marketed with an ESG or recycling overlay that obscured the petroleum economics underneath. The market often remembers the wrapper, not the substance. Third, governance signals. The company recently added experienced independent board members, which is more consistent with preparing for capital markets activity than a wind down. Those factors together keep the name off many desks, even as macro conditions change. But we should be clear on risks. This is a microcap, so position sizing is critical. Key risks are: 1. A rapid crack spread reversion if supply normalizes. 2. Uncertainty on timing and capital required to fully integrate PR Spring bitumen into the Foreland refinery. And 3. Political risk on the highway funding side. The funding window accelerates demand now, but future reauthorization is a political process. If the successor highway program looks very different, that changes the demand profile.
Got it. So the thesis is asymmetric but volatile.
Right. The odds of a large upside re-rating increase because crude moves sharply and asphalt demand is being pulled forward by fiscal timing. Analysts note the asymmetry in the setup. The market seems to be pricing for liquidation, while the company is operating as an integrated micro-refiner with captive feedstock optionality. That creates a potential disconnect, but it comes with execution and liquidity risk.
Short reactions. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Quick wrap, Kate. What should listeners walk away remembering?
3 takeaways. 1. Macro matters. An historic crude supply shock has re-rated refining economics for certain product slates, including diesel and asphalt. 2. The infrastructure cycle is real and time-sensitive. Owning both leases that produce bitumen and a refinery that turns bitumen into paving product creates a direct exposure to rising binder demand. 3. The market has structurally ignored this stock because of size and narrative mismatch, which creates possible asymmetry, but also meaningful execution, liquidity, and policy risks. Analysts note that careful position sizing and patience are essential if someone chooses to study the thesis.
Great, thanks, Kate. And quick reminder to listeners, if you have questions about anything we discussed today, you can ask us directly at stockalpha.ai. We answer listener questions live. And for more market insights, head over to stockalpha.ai.